Hello, welcome back, SnowRunners. So today is the fourth and final day of moving day. Today we're going to take the Cat, which is our fuel truck. We're going to take this bad boy, and we're going to swing by the garage, and we're going to pick up our Con Marshall, and we're going to take these two over to Island Lake. So let's get started. This ought to be a pretty short and easy drive. The only thing that might alter that is this truck is not all-wheel drive. That's the only thing that might slow this drive down a little bit, is that this truck isn't all-wheel drive. It's got locking diff, and it seems like it's going to be a pretty capable rig, but we haven't had it off-road yet either. We don't know that it's going to be capable. But assuming this truck don't have any trouble getting down to Island Lake, this should be a pretty short run. Possibly the shortest run we've had. I don't know. It'll have to work. It'll have to work hard to rival the Scouts. The Scouts did it fairly efficiently. I mean, it took them 20-something minutes to get down. So it'll have to work to try to beat the Scouts. This hill's killing me. That's for sure. Now, normally I would take a fuel trailer down there with us too, but if you go back to the older videos where we explored the area, you'll realize that when we were exploring, we ran across like tons of fuel trailers. So there's fuel trailers all over Island Lake. Oh, we're going to leave the Navistar here too. We're going to leave the C70 Kodiak, we're going to leave the Navistar, and we're going to leave the GMC. We're going to leave the GMC. Oh, where am I? Oh, there I am. We're going to leave the GMC, so so that it can, later on when we need the concrete blocks, because there's a contract that's going to call for concrete blocks. Well, you have to get the concrete blocks over here in Smithville. So we're just going to leave the GMC over here so that when that comes around, it'll just pick them up and go. The Kodiak, we're just going to leave it because I don't see there being any use for the Kodiak whatsoever over here at Island Lake. Maybe I get proved wrong and maybe we end up needing the Kodiak. But, yeah. Unless I run into a situation where I need the Kodiak, we're not bringing the Kodiak. And the Navistar, I don't know if we're going to need the heavy hauler. So we're going to leave the heavy hauler until we need it. I don't want to drive anything down there that we don't need or that I don't think we might need. I'm only taking all 4 Scouts because there's a pretty good chance that by the time we do Island Lake and Drummond Island both, the Scouts are probably going to be all over the damn place. And it's kind of like a whichever Scout is the closest is the one I'm going to send to activate a job. That kind of deal. So I don't want one Scout running all over the damn map like we had the Chevy doing before. I want to send whatever Scout is closest to the job. That's the Scout I'm going to send to the job. That's why we're taking all 4 Scouts. There's a very high possibility that they will all 4 get used. Maybe one of them won't get used. There's a good probability they all 4 will, though. So that's pretty much a rundown of why we're taking what we're not, or rather why we're not taking certain trucks. I mean, if you want a full rundown, the Fleet Star, I plan on using it for most of the jobs, you know. The Fleet Star is probably going to end up doing most of the hauling. The Transtar, it's our semi, it has a flatbed on it. I took it because I'm fairly certain on those contracts, when I was looking through the contracts, I'm fairly certain a couple of those are cargo containers that take up four cargo slots. Well, nothing else we have down there can haul 4 slots of cargo. So I took the TranStar with a semi-trailer for that purpose, for that reason. I think it's kind of obvious why we're taking a fuel truck. And it's probably just as obvious why we took the repair truck. And then that's it. And then 4 scouts. That's it. That's everything. And like I say, I've already explained why we're not taking the other 3 trucks, why they're just going to hang out here. The GMC will, 98% sure the GMC will end up down there at some point, because we'll run into a job that either requires the crane, or at the minimum we're going to get to the job where we need the concrete blocks and the GMC is going to end up. So actually I'm 100% sure that the GMC will end up down there. I'm just keeping it up here for now until we need to haul the concrete blocks. And why am I waiting on that? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the concrete blocks are in the warehouse all the way up at the top of the damn mountain over by the Drummond Island gate. And I don't feel like making the trip all the way to that warehouse right now. And then the trip all the way back. So I'm just going to wait until I need them. Eventually I'm going to have no choice but to make that trip. But I'm just trying to wait until I need those components before I make the trip. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the rundown. Let's see if we can get this guy down here with any efficiency whatsoever. I'm just hoping the swamp doesn't prove to be too much for this truck, given that we don't have all-wheel drive on it. Like I say, it feels like it's going to be a pretty capable rig, but there's no way to know until we just get down there and start trying. So, you know, we'll know soon enough, because we're about to make a turn, take the little shortcut through the quarry, and as soon as we take the shortcut through the quarry, we're in the swamp, and then we will know definitively if we screwed up or not. Worst case scenario, send the White Western Star over to rescue this truck. Takes a little longer than I wanted. It's really the worst case. I'm hoping that doesn't become relevant, though. I'm hoping this truck does as good as I think it's going to. Man, I sure should have brought a trailer with me. You know what? Give me a minute. I've got an idea. Change truck. Whoop, wrong way. Yeah. It just occurred to me. I hate that it turns your headlights off. It just occurred to me. Oh, that's cool. This truck's got a beeper. Is that the row where that trailer's at? Yeah. What was I saying? Damn it, I started my sentence twice. It occurred to... Oh, I don't want that trailer. Yeah, I don't like those trailers. Alright, I'll be back for the con in a minute. It occurred to me that we're going to need to haul a lot of wood and things back and forth around that map. You know what? Screw it. I'm not going to take any more trailers down there than I have to. So, I'm sorry for the indecisiveness, guys, but I was going to go get a trailer that's sitting up the hill. But now that I think about it, I don't want to haul any more trailers down there than I have to, because I don't want to have to haul any more trailers back than I have to. So yeah, we're gonna just carry on what we were doing initially. Sorry, I know that was pretty indecisive, but I was just thinking, I know there's a lot of bridges down there that need to be built. but I think we can do it with no trailer. I mean, we can accomplish it. It'll just take more than one trip is all. Not going to be the end of the world. Well, this thing's rough. Like it looks like it rides rough as hell, but it actually seems pretty sure-footed. That may come in handy later. Come on, don't prove me wrong now. Don't prove me wrong. Let's be a good truck, alright? Let's be as good as I want you to be. I don't know yet. The Western Star may have to come save this thing. I'm not sure yet. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves, but so far it's doing good, but it was a little slow. The start when we got into the swamp was a little slow, and I know some of the other trucks have had to switch into six-wheel drive to get out of the other side of the swamp, and this truck don't have that luxury. So we're going to have to just kind of ride it out and see. Push, Con, push. Alright, it made it up here. That's good, because a couple of the other trucks didn't even make it up here without kicking it in all-wheel drive. So that's good. That's a good start. Alright, I feel good about it so far. Well, it was doing all right until it did that. I really do think the con pushing is helping. May have to use the winch. Not giving up yet though. I really think the con pushing behind me is actually helping. Like I was complaining a couple videos back about the way the car behind you will just start shoving your ass down the road if you're not moving fast enough. But I really do think the con pushing from behind seriously helped this thing climb that couple hills right there. We're almost through the swamp now. We can see the far side, so we are almost out of the woods, or out of the swamp. Alright, we make it up this hill, we'll be good. And I think the con's gonna push this bitch up the hill. As long as the con don't run out of fuel, but I guess that don't matter because we got a fuel truck. So I guess it don't really matter if that happens or not. I'm gonna see if that helps any. No, doesn't seem like it. Would you look at that? It's gonna make it. Come on, con, push, baby, push. I mean, it's slow, but we're making it up the hill. Which is good, because I don't think we have anything to winch to right now. I don't think we're close enough to anything to winch. May have to try though. I don't know if we're close enough to anything to winch, but we may have to try. I'm not ready to give up yet though, because we're starting to move again. Man, I think it's going to make it. Yep. We're coming out of it now. We're going to make it, guys. Look at that. Impressive. I'm pretty impressed with that for not being all-wheel drive, and it made it out like that. I got to give a special thanks to the con marshal for pushing, but I don't think we could have done it without the con back here pushing, but I mean, still, pretty impressive. These two work together pretty good to make that happen. Well, all right then. We're over here. We're gonna go ahead and get these two parked, and we're gonna be good to go. We're gonna be ready to do some work tomorrow, guys. Or I believe some work. We'll kind of have to see what comes up first, but I'm sure it's gonna be probably some bridge building or some kind of tasks. There's a task actually right there where we've been parking our trucks at, so we'll just have to check that out. Oops. Grind them till you find them. Oops. Well, I was trying to do that without knocking the fence over, but I didn't pick a very good line. There we go. We got them staged. And the con needs to come over here and get parked. Probably the most useless of the bunch because it ain't carrying any fuel with it. You know, I think we're high enough level now to have put the fuel, whatever, the rooftop carrier on this thing. So we probably should have done that, because I think we're a high enough level now to have put that on here. But it is what it is. It's over here now. We will try to avoid using this thing for any jobs that take us very far away from a refueling point. But yeah, we're here, guys. We got all of our vehicles staged. We got 4 scouts. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see all 4 of them in your screen. We got our fuel truck and our Fleet Star over here. Well, let's just do this. There. Oops. See, you got our Fleet Star and our fuel truck over there. And then we've got over here, just around the corner, we got our white Western Star utility truck, and we got our flatbed. Oh, look, there's a flatbed trailer right there. Nice. A sideboard trailer. I guess we didn't have to bring a trailer with us. Oh, there's one right there, and a trailer store. So we'll probably just, we'll probably use this over here as a gathering point for all the trailers that we find that we don't want to use. And that way, if we determine that we want to sell them later, they're already right next to a trailer store. So we're probably going to use this warehouse as a staging area for trailers that we're not using. Alright guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and click the notification bell and all that good shit. And tomorrow we're going to pick a job and we're going to start doing some work. So I will catch you guys tomorrow. Until then, have a good rest of your day.